Make your own Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, Flipkart, Etsy, Airbnb. The stage is set. All you need is our Docan multi-vendor solution. Creating a multi-vendor marketplace has never been easier. Achieve your dreams of becoming the next online marketplace giant. Get Docan and bring the power of entrepreneurship to your fingertips. www.wedevs.com/Docan. Make your own Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, Flipkart, Etsy, Airbnb. The stage is set. All you need is our Docan multi-vendor solution. Creating a multi-vendor marketplace has never been easier. Achieve your dreams of becoming the next online marketplace giant. Get Docan and bring the power of entrepreneurship to your fingertips. www.wedevs.com/Docan.
Okay, hello and welcome back to Coming to Talk with Leaders. I'm Humaira, your host for today, and we have our brand ambassadors from Nepal and Spain as speakers today. So let's meet our brand ambassadors and our speakers today. Jose.
Hello everyone. How are you? Nice to see you, everyone.
Hello.
So, Kafler and Jose, you need to tell the audience who are new a bit about yourself, what you do, and what are you to WeDevs, and why are you here today?
Sure. So I have been working as a WordPress developer since 2014, so almost 8 years already. Right now I'm working as a WordPress developer for the United Nations and also collaborating with the WeDevs as brand ambassador in Spain. I had the chance to be representing WeDevs in the last Work in Europe 2022 in Porto and meeting the WeDevs guys, one of them. And that's it. That's from me.
And Kafler.
Hello. Namaste, everyone. I'm Sandile Kafle from beautiful country Nepal. I am one of the team reps of WordPress Themes team. I'm also the brand ambassador of Nepal chapter for WeDevs. Besides that, I'm also active in WordPress community. Like we are planning for WordCamp Kathmandu 2022 in the month of September, and I'm also one of the team leads for WordCamp Asia 2023. And yeah, I have been working as a WordPress developer since 2012, and I'm still doing the same.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for being our brand ambassadors. You guys are truly amazing. So before we dive in today, to my audience, we do have our new webinar website that we have launched, which is active, and we would request all of you to register in our webinars through the new website that we have. I will be putting the link to our webinar landing page or webinar websites in our comment section. So yeah, let's start off with the discussion. I'm sure you joined us for this very hot topic now. So WordPress 6 is the second major release in 2022 version. After 5.9 was released in January. Just in case you were wondering why you should keep up with this new release, it's because WordPress 6 comes with more than 600 updates and over 600 bug fixes. This includes more style variations, improved information architecture, and more accessibility options that are a huge performance improvement and that can bring lots of benefits for you guys. So, my brand ambassadors here are going to explain everything in details and present you guys expert insights on the new WordPress 6. So, Kafle, why don't you start off?
Thank you, Sumaya, for the nice introduction of WordPress 6.0. Yeah, it was one of the major release in 2022 after 5.9. 6.0 has lots of improvement and bug fixes that was missed in 5.9. And there was no a big new features introduced in 6.0, but the improvement of 5.9 is was carrying on this in this version as well. There are five six important things that was included in 6.0. So I have prepared a short presentation slide. Can I share with you?
Yeah, for sure. Please go ahead.
Okay, give me a moment.
And to my audience, please keep on commenting. And if you have any questions, we're more than happy to take it. We already have a lot of questions that came in the registration form. We will be answering them as well. So have patience and keep with us.
Welcome again. I have prepared six page slide for you to make it easier to understand what WordPress 6.0 is. And today's webinar is let's talk about WordPress 6.0. After my presentation, you can also come up with the questions and we will try to answer your queries as well. So let's begin. Let's talk about 6.0. I think we have also talked about 5.9 uh, a couple of months ago, and I think you enjoyed a lot, and I think you got a chance to understand what 5.9 was. And today in this session, we are going to talk about 6.0. Welcome to Arturo, and this is the name of this 6.0 version. In this 6.0, with nearly 1,000 enhancement and boxes pieces has been made. Enhanced writing experience. There was some like writing lag, writing problem in the previous version of WordPress in the Gutenberg editor, but in this version we have really nice writing experience. And style switching means you can easily change your like website styles, colors, palettes, everything easily from one color to another with style switching. And we also have more template choices. More template choices means we have archive template and tag templates as well. And we have integrated patterns as well. More patterns are now added or integrated in WordPress core. We have design tools as well, better list views as well, and block locking controls. Let me try. Let me share you some more details of all of them. The first one is enhanced writing experience. For example, you can select text from one block to another. In the previous version, there was no such options to like select the text from one block and another block. You can now select the text from different blocks as well. And then another interesting fact is if you type two open brackets, the big brackets, two open brackets, you can quickly access the list of recent posted pages in your dashboard. So in your editor, so it will be easy to like add the links or add a new page or add a new post in your editor. Besides that, there are customizes buttons, and any new buttons you can style the buttons easily and customize them automatically. Uh, as well as you can make tag clouds and social icons even more appealing with updated settings and controls in a new style outline for the tag clouds as well. So the overall enhanced writing experience is good in WordPress 6.0. If you had some bad experience of writing in Gutenberg editor, then update your WordPress to 6.0 and you'll get a new feel and you'll love it. And another important feature is that style switching. Block themes now include, it's particularly for block themes. WordPress has generally two types of themes. So, three types of themes. The first one is classic themes, means that themes with customizers and other settings. And block themes means without customizer. We also call it full site editing themes. And another one is hybrid themes. Hybrid themes means some of the features are from classic themes and some of the features are from block themes. But this style switching feature is mainly for block themes. Block themes now include options to contain multiple style variations. So if you are using one style, and if you are using a classic theme, then if you have to change the style, then you need to write the code. But in case of block themes, you can easily change the style from the editor. This expands the new style system even further and enables shortcodes to switch the look and feel of the site with a single theme. So if you are using, for example, if you are using 2022 theme and if you have WordPress 6.0, then you can change the whole design of your site, whole color of your site, whole palette of your site easily. So if you have, for example, if you have a blue background, then if you are not like interested to use it further, then you can easily switch the color with a single click. You don't need to write the code, you don't need to play with lots of settings. If you click on if you go from the dashboard and edit side, then you will see the global settings over there, and then you can switch the style easily. And another is more template choices. As I said before, there are more templates for author, date, categories, tags, and taxonomy. In the previous version of WordPress, I'm talking this mainly for block themes. In the previous version of WordPress, author templates, date templates, category, taxonomy templates were not available. But from WordPress 6.0, now you can make the different templates for author, template for date, categories, tags, and taxonomy. For example, if you are looking for making a very nice block theme, then you can try this template as well. Uh, Another important is integrated patterns. The another version is integrated patterns. Patterns will now appear when you need in the even more places, like in the quick inserter or when creating a new header or footer. For example, if you are making a new header and new footer, and if you want to add patterns over there, then you can easily edit. If you are still familiar with classic themes, like the themes with customizer and the previous structure, then these settings are quite new to you. But if you are using WordPress 6.0 and any WordPress block themes, then you will be familiar with it easily. So you can download WordPress 6.0, install it in your laptop locally, and you can try 2022 theme and all of these patterns as well. And we also have the patterns directly in WordPress, wordpress.org/patterns. Then you can also go over there and explore the patterns, and you can also make patterns and submit it there. So the main thing is that we need to try it with the latest WordPress version, and you will familiar with this very easily. And another one is additional design tool. There are lots of additional design tools are included in this WordPress 6.0. It was also included in the previous version of WordPress, but more just, for example, the control gaps, margin, typography, more collection of blocks, group blocks, for example, group variation, switch between stacks, row. All of these flexibility are included with 6.0. Um, the very most thing is that uh, 6.0 is the more stable version of 5.9. I think it's better to understand in that way. And we have better list view of the blocks as well. And another important thing is that you can log blocks. For example, if you are developing a website for your clients, and if you are wondering if client will mismatch the position of blocks, then you can easily log those blocks and give the access to the client. So you don't need to worry about the block will mismatch or the block will change the order. So this one is the interesting feature of 6.0. And another the most important features that I must say is export feature. For example, if you are using WordPress 6.0 and if you have a block theme installed and you customize the block theme totally and make your own design, then you can simply export the theme and give it to your client, give it to your friends, or even submit in WordPress starter. That this is really an interesting feature. For example, if you are wondering how to make a block theme, then what I recommend is you can install 2022 theme, like edit the settings, change the layout from the editor. You don't need to write the code, and when everything is perfect, then you can simply go to the edit side and as you can see in the screenshot, I have highlighted the portion. You can click on these three dots and you'll see the settings for export. Once you click on export, then a new fresh theme, all the customized theme will be downloaded, and then you can simply change the screenshot, manage the README file, and you can submit in WordPress.org. So now you can be a theme author without writing a single line of code, and you can easily customize our theme as well. This is the really interesting feature that I like most in WordPress 6.0. Besides that, as I said before, this in this release, there were 500 plus contributors who contributed in WordPress 6.0, and I am one of the contributors in this version. So you can also contribute to WordPress. You can find box like a report box. You can fix the boxes and contribute in another version of WordPress as well. So you can start like contributing as well. And if you are looking for more resources, then here is the link. And I'll also upload this slide in slideshare.net. You can check it with the same topic. Let's talk about WordPress 6.0, and then you can easily download this slide as well. And this was from my side. I think it's better to get questions from you and answer from my side. I think that would be more easier and make this webinar more interactive. Off to you, Humaira.
Thank you, Kafe, for this wonderful presentation. And yes, we already have a lot of questions coming in. We'll go on with our first set of Q&A session. And we also have some questions coming in our comment section as well. Thank you, guys. We're going to come back to you guys soon after we're done with these few questions that we have. So, Jose, you here to participate as well. So, the first question that we have is from Chris. Chris is asking, can I create reusable blocks with variables? If yes, how do we?
Yeah, sure. Actually, this has been a feature living a long time in Gutenberg plugin, and now it's live in the WordPress 6.0 official version. And creating block patterns is actually very easy. It's just you have to create the pattern itself in WordPress, and then just copy that and put it in a WordPress PHP function. That's it. The block pattern will appear in the blog section when you create a new blog under the pattern section. And also you can create patterns Kafle has said to be publicly available. Actually, this is very interesting. I'm going to show you in a minute with my screen where all the patterns can be shown, can be seen. I'm
Okay.
sharing my screen.
Are you sharing your screen? Okay, let me
Yes.
add it to the screen in a bit.
Exactly,
Okay,
here we
we're
are.
good to go.
So this is actually a very nice blog directory or pattern directory where you can put your own or copy the patterns that other people have published, and you can like navigate through different ones. Create a new pattern here and make it public. It's very easy. You only have to be logged in with your account, WordPress.org, and then create a new pattern. The URL will be shared in the chat in a minute. And that's it. This is the WordPress editor. This is not nothing else. So you have to create a pattern however you want and publish it or submit it. It will be approved in a few minutes.
Can I add an interesting fact over here?
Yeah, sure.
So those who submit the patterns here, and the person who look from the back end and approve it or reject it. So guys, be careful.
Be careful, be careful is watching.
Yeah. I'll be watching all these patterns from backend, and I have all the like access to approve or reject. So don't try to make the patterns identical with the previous one. Try to make it unique. Try to make it like more attractive, so that more people will love it. And I usually check patterns directly twice a day. So the chances of getting your patterns live is just within 24 hours. And another, the most important fact is you will get a badge of pattern authors if your one of the patterns is approved. So if you haven't like submitted a pattern set, like Jose shared before, you can log into your WordPress site and um, log into your WordPress.org account, go to the patterns directory, and get a new pass.
I don't have the budget yet, but I will send
You
a
you you
pattern
you,
to
you,
get it.
you can you can rename the username Kaflezi at the top
How
instead
is
of
it? Roughly?
yeah, KG, yeah.
Okay, there we
Okay.
are.
Oh my
Now you
God,
can
that is a lot
yeah.
of best.
Yeah, and the pattern author in the pattern state, you are if your pattern is approved, then you'll get this pattern author badge. So
That's a lot of
just
budgets.
just log into your WordPress.org account, start making patterns and submit it. But please make the unique and good looking patterns. Don't just copy the another one. Like I'm so much frustrated about seeing similar types of patterns again and again. Like more patterns are call to action buttons and pricing table, something like that. So try to make something unique. Okay, up to you.
Be careful, guys. Kafle has got eyes on you. Your patterns should be unique. So, should we move on to the next question? Okay. So the next question is, I think, a bit technical. It's from Fred. He asked, React or JSX is the future of WordPress. So what's next for designers? So anything, you guys have any idea about this?
Well, I think this new pattern directory opens great opportunity for designers. Also, make themes, as Kafle has explained, are easier now. You don't need to know like technical background. You don't have to have a technical background. You can like play with the Gutenberg or the block editor, export it, and publish it, and that's it. You don't need a developer anymore to create new layouts. Actually, developers still have a lot of work to do in WordPress, but I will say that the new editor democratized the publishing, even for talking about things publishing. So yeah, designers definitely will have a lot of work.
So I hope you got your answer, Fred. We're going to take one more question from the registration form that we have. So the question is from Rezal Islam. He asked, what will be the state of theme plugin development? Will they remain same or breaking change available to theme plugin development? So what do you guys have to say to that?
Well, theme developers will, as I said just a few moments ago, will still remain with us, and I think that there are like a big opportunity for everyone now. In the technical part, we can offer a lot of things as developers. We can create or extend blocks, and this requires technical stuff. We need to get used to work with React and miss the fear to working with React. But we are also still have chance to work with PHP theme development, and the new theme JSON is, as Kafle explained, offers a lot of opportunity in terms of changing the layout or switching the layout with a few clicks. And this is just a JSON file. It doesn't require too much technical knowledge beside you already have. So um, themes developer are still in rewards, and you can still earn money working with themes. But obviously, if you open your business and start creating plugins, it will be great as well.
Well,
Yeah, can I add one more thing over here? Like,
yeah, for sure.
uh, whenever the technology gets sense, the opportunity is always rising. So, WordPress has like limited opportunities before, but after the introduction of Gutenberg, then I can see more opportunities is for both developer and designer. Now you can create a plugin for blocks. Now you can create a plugin for patterns. And for the designer, like if you are relying with your developer friends or developer companies or agencies, now if you are a solo designer, you can easily make the themes and start selling. The themes can be block themes, and block themes, the number of block themes is growing and growing, and the opportunity is still increasing. So lots of people are complaining, or lots of people are saying that the future of theme is degrading, the future of plugins is degrading, but I don't think so. The opportunities are increasing, and users need to start making the products. The way of creating products was quite different before, and it's quite different before. So uh, I don't see any like bad things beside behind the like introduction of Gutenberg and the current status of WordPress.
Okay. So thank you guys for answering some of the questions. Now we will be moving on to the second part of our presentation, which will be presented by Jose. He will be giving you much more in-depth overview of the whole features. So Jose, why don't you share your screen and go ahead?
Thank you. So yeah, there are a lot of new features, so won't have time to go through all of them. But let's focus on a few new blocks and features. Kafli already commented some of them. Um, you may already be familiar with the new full site editing. I love this feature. Is helping everyone to create a new website without a lot of technical background. Uh, Things have improved a lot with the new full site editing experience in WordPress 6.0. So let's focus on a couple of new blocks that we can see, for example, in the single post template. As you may familiar with the template system in WordPress, we have different templates for showing different kind of content, single post, pages, the home page, the blog post, etc. So in the single post that will show, for example, the post like the hello world default WordPress content, we'll see how the new blocks works, right? So I love this navigator or this view that has been improved yet, even yet in the new WordPress 6.0 version. We have here the all post comments, and we already see that it's deprecated. So let's see the new comment loop, or yeah, the comment loop block. So we're going to insert a new block, comments query loop, and actually it's kind of the same than the old one, but we have a lot of flexibility right here. If we open it, it's kind of the query loop. We can modify the different parts. We can modify the styles of the loops. So it's not just like a fixed block with like we have in the past. We now have like a very dynamic block where we can modify the styles of every part. We can play with the template, everything here. Actually, it's great. I had the opportunity to work on some of this feature. Actually, my work just was fixing the avatar and a couple of things. But it's a very interesting block that we can use. So let's remove the old one. Let's publish the new one. And as we can see, it's kind of the same. We already have the post comment form, the pagination, the comment template, and let's see how we can change this. Right now, this is the current template. Let's change it to H4, for example, and I don't know, let's say the blog or the text, sorry, to be red and the background to be black. Like, sorry for the designer seeing this. Uh, and let's see how this change in the single post. As you can see, now we have the freedom to change everything inside the blog post and the query loop it's very useful block. Let's revert this so no one get angry with me with this horrible color. H2, yeah, perfect. And couple of new blocks as well that I like to introduce you are the avatar and the author bio or bio. So I'm going to insert two columns here, and I will show you these new two blocks. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to reduce the size a little bit. The avatar actually is not much complex. As you can see, it's just showing the gravatar or the avatar associated to the user. And the post-author biography, as you can see, if you go to your user profile in the WordPress admin, you have a field for that. This is my user in the test site, and I just put some lorem ipsum here. So if I save this template and I refresh the hello world, I will show, or I will see the avatar and the biography of the author of the post. So very useful blocks, to be honest. I like how this works, and also the freedom that you have to choose different layouts in the different templates. And finally, something that I want to share with you is something that also Kafle has been talking about, is the style switcher. This is the default style of the 2022 theme, but we already have like 3 different extra styles, for example, the dark one. So let's change it and let's see how this change completely our look and feel. As you can see, in just a couple of clicks, everything has changed. So how we can do that as theme developers? Let me reshare my screen with the new one. I'm going to share now my code editor. Yep, here we are. So this is the 2022 WordPress default theme, and the only thing you have to do is create your theme.json. You already are familiar with the theme.json file where you define all the styles. But if you want to have different styles available for switching, for example, we enabled this one, you only have to create a styles folder in the root or in the path of your theme, and just naming in the different names or different ways you want. For example, we have the Swiss, we have the pink, the blue, and modify the values as you have in the theme JSON. Actually, this is just a copy of the theme JSON file with different values, and this will create a completely new design or layout for your theme. And it's pretty straightforward, nothing with the CSS or more complicated things like enqueuing styles or things like that. You're using your theme JSON will enable all this freedom of switching between styles. So mostly that's it about the new features. As I say, we have a lot of new features, but we will have to be talking here for a couple of hours to cover all of them.
Yes, as I have said before, more than 600 fixes and bug fixes. So that is a lot to talk about. In the meanwhile, again, we're going to take a few questions from people. So one of the questions that came in from Daniel Bonello, he asked, how robust and reliable is Gutenberg with the new WordPress version? So what do you guys have to say to that?
Kafla, you want to share something?
Gutenberg, the main purpose of Gutenberg was introduced to make uh, WordPress editor even easier, even simpler, and even powerful. So the future of WordPress is even longer after the introduction of Gutenberg. I am so much happy after seeing the Gutenberg editor. I was not so much happy using the classic editor and everything, but and even after the introduction of full site editing, the use of Gutenberg is really expanding and really growing. So I'm really fine with that.
So what you're saying is it's pretty robust and reliable
Mm.
with the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the new version is pretty. So I hope you got your answer, Bonello. So we're gonna go with another questions. It's actually about security. We have a lot of security questions coming in. Everybody's kind of concerned: is the new update going to be secure? So what are you going to say to that?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the new update just add new features and fix
Mhm.
some of the issues that we had in the past. But
Mhm.
I wouldn't say that it introduced like a very big change in WordPress, so we can keep safe that or keep sure that everything will remain the same. And if we have our WordPress installation secure, that will be enough. But here, what I will say is that I recommend to have a very secure installation, having everything up to date, WordPress core, themes, and plugins, and to review the basics of security like file permissions, password of users, and not having like the default admin user like admin1234 password or things like that. So yeah, just basic common sense, but also kind of be reviewing every day what we have in our WordPress site, like we do in our house. I mean, we don't leave Windows opens when we left, or we don't leave the door completely open when we are even at home. So yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Uh, we were
yeah.
discussing about this with Kafle as well. WordPress
Mm.
itself is pretty safe. So
Yeah, yeah.
unless and until you guys have made some obvious mistake, like giving your own name for password, I think you guys are good to go. Yes, please,
Uh,
Kafle,
Yeah,
continue.
yeah, yeah. Like, yeah, I was about to say the same. Like, WordPress itself is not insecure. WordPress, the core of WordPress is secure. All of the codes are reviewed by experienced, like developers, and from all around the globe. We have different teams for codes and security checking everything. So WordPress itself is really, really secure. But the plugins that you add in your site, the hosting that you are using, the access that you have provided to your users, are the factors that make your WordPress website insecure. So uh, think twice before installing any plugin in your WordPress website. Think twice before adding a new user in your WordPress website, and try to invest your money in good hosting to make your website secure. You need to know that WordPress.org is itself a WordPress website. So, do you think that it's insecure? I don't think so. So, and the security perspective is in your hand. You can make WordPress website secure as much as you can.
All right, thank you. So we're gonna take one more question. The question is from Lawrence Jeffrey. He wants to know, I'm the administrator, but not the original maker of my website. How do I migrate to version 6.0 without the complex coding? So I think, Jose, would you like to go for it?
Yeah, what is the current version? She mentioned that.
No, no. I think it should be 5.9.
Okay, actually, updating is very safe in
Mhm,
nowadays, and in WordPress, it's safe updating from a very old version to a very actual or current version. And just make sure you have the PHP version compatible. This is something that even if you don't have the technical background, you can ask your hosting provider to check
mhm.
that. And the thing that I would recommend is to have a backup and to check that the backup is working, because sometimes we make backups, but the backups are not working. So yeah, create a backup. Maybe ask the hosting provider to help you with that, and just click update. I mean, be sure that anything will break.
So we have one more technical question from Claudio. He or she asked, when there are these WordPress core updates, is it necessary to wait a few months before updating it? Especially due to the fact that the plugins that we have installed in our portals may not yet be ready for this. So that's a
Um,
good question,
yeah,
actually.
it's a good question. My
Mhm,
recommendation is to have a staging or test environment where you can check everything.
mhm,
We in WordPress, there are already like security updates on the current tag or the current version. For example, if you have 5.8 and you are safe that everything is working with 5.8, but something breaks with 5.9 or 6.0, if there is a security issue, normally a few old version of WordPress will keep remain update with the security patches. So you have to manually update to the minor version in your tag or in your version, for example, 5.81, 5.82, etc. So the recommendation is to check before in a test or staging website. If everything is looking good, just go to the last version. If not, keep in the tag or in the version that you are, but keep the security patches updated.
Thank you, Jose. Now let us go to the comment sections. We have people from Greece, we have people from Pakistan, Bulgaria joining with us as well. Thank you so much for joining with us and watching us. And we also have our very own brand ambassador, Anthony, joining us from Australia. He's sharing his opinion. For a new release, WordPress 6 has been well received with no quick patches having to be rolled out. Yes. Thank you, Anthony. So we have a lot of questions coming in through our registration form, but we have our time shortage. We till now we tried our best to answer all of your questions, and thank you for asking such nice questions to us. But I think we will be moving on now. I want to ask both of you, what do you think is the future scope of the new update of WordPress? The next update that's going to come to WordPress. Do you think there are some improvements that needs to be done, or do you think we need much more bug fixes or something like that? So, Kafle, what do you think? What is the future scope of the next update?
Actually, the core team is still working on the new version of WordPress 6.1, and all of the bug and other fixes, necessary fixes, uh, are implementing in the new WordPress 6.1. Any new drastic changes will not be applied in 6.1, but still we are trying to make block themes or full site editing feature even more stable. We still have some like sorts of issue in navigation blocks and other blocks, and core team is still working to make it even powerful and even easier to the users. I don't think like we'll have any like big introduction of new feature in 6.1, but it's still in every release of WordPress we'll get some more features and exciting things over there.
And Jose, what do you think is the future scope of the next update?
Yeah, I will see. I will say that it's more of the same, more
Mhm.
Gutenberg fixes, more blocks available, and new improvements. So in the future, we will see updates like this, new Gutenberg or block editor related features, and that's it. This is something that concerns me a little bit, right? Because we are getting rid a little bit of PHP code and PHP code base. We are, for example, right now in PHP 8 point, I don't know, 2 or like that, and WordPress is still not compatible with PHP 8. So my concern here is that we are focusing a lot in WordPress in Gutenberg in the block editor and not so much in the PHP code base. But yeah, probably in the future when all the Gutenberg project is ready, we go to the next phase, we will focus on PHP updates. Or I don't know, I heard something that probably PHP will disappear off the core. I don't know. just just leaving here some breaking news.
So what is going to replace PHP? Python?
Well, what is replacing PHP right now is React and all the
Yeah.
code base of JavaScript. We still have a lot of server side work in WordPress to be replaced. Actually, this is like a huge work to be done, and probably it won't happen in the next years. I mean, the next couple of years. But yeah, the focus of the WordPress core is now in JavaScript and in React, so that's something to take in mind. And obviously, if you are a PHP developer, feel free to reach the PHP core WordPress team and help them because they have a lot of work to do.
I think regarding with this, there is one question from Dusan. I think it has something to do with this. Will there be gradual remove of jQuery? Uh, will there be increased focus on using WordPress for headless builds? Sorry. So that's the question.
Yeah, I think there are two different questions here.
Two
First,
different questions.
yeah,
Yeah.
remove of jQuery will be
Yeah.
gradual, and it's happening already in
Mhm.
the new themes since 2020. We
Yeah.
don't have we jQuery is not required anymore. We still have a lot of jQuery functions or code in the WordPress dashboard, but it will remove little by little. So yeah, definitely jQuery will disappear, but it won't disappear in the next, as I said before, in the next couple of years. I still see we will still see a lot of jQuery, and it will be helpful. I mean, for us as developer to use jQuery wherever you want or whenever you want. It's not I mean, 80% of the websites in the world use jQuery, so it's a huge library and very being used. And I like how jQuery makes things easier. Obviously, it's a heavy library for nowadays compared to nowadays libraries doing the same. Um, so yeah, and for related the second one, I think this is most a business approach, like moving WordPress to headless solution. So WordPress is already ready for headless since the REST API been functioning properly in WordPress. But it will depend. It will depend of the requirements of the client or the customer or even your website.
Mhm.
Headless, it's not for everyone, to be honest. It's complex. It's true that it's fast, but you may
Mhm.
have this fastness in even using PHP code or React code in server-side rendering. So yeah, it's more a business question, and maybe we can talk about that, about the business solution in another webinar.
Yeah,
Kafle, if
for
you have
sure.
something to say about that, jQuery or headless.
No, no, no. It's totally fine. I agree with you.
Yeah, so I think today we're going to end our question and answer session for here from till now. And thank you so much staying with us, everyone who's joining us in our comment section, everyone who's watching us. I hope you found this webinar very useful. We tried our best to bring in all the features of the new WordPress 6, and I hope that both of our experts here have, answered all of your questions. And thank you. And hopefully, we will be bringing up new webinars every now and then. Do keep an eye on our webinar page. We keep on scheduling webinars there so that you guys can know about your webinars beforehand, and we encourage you to register to our webinar form so that we can get back to you later. And even if you have missed our webinars, we send out the links through emails. So that's why we encourage all of you to register to our webinar form that we have in our webinar page. So any ending notes, you guys? Kaflet.
Thank you so much. I think we tried our best to answer all the questions, and I think we give our best to sort out your queries as well. Like as we said before, as I said before, as Joseph said before, you need to install WordPress, latest version of WordPress in your local PC, and start playing with all the settings of the blog themes, and then you will be familiar with the new version of WordPress 6.0. And there are also lots of videos that are available in YouTube regarding blog themes or full site editing themes. You can check it out there as well. And if you are so much passionate about making blog themes, then there is one website named fullsiteediting.com. That is by Carolina. And you can find the latest coding structure about full site editing over there. You can check it out there as well.
Yeah,
And
for me, I have to say that what I like the most of new WordPress version is to know or to re-know jazz authors. So if you want to know more about jazz, just get through the list of WordPress releases and listen some very nice jazz music. Arturo is the new one, but I like a lot of them. We had Bebo Valdez, that is a Cuban musician that I like a lot, and I learned a lot of jazz music thanks to WordPress releases.
thanks to Matt, everybody is having newfound love for jazz music through WordPress, which is amazing. Okay, so it's a bye bye from our end. Hopefully, we will see all of you in our next webinar. We try our best to bring webinars on hot new topics related to WordPress and also our products. So stay tuned and be with us and have a good day. Bye bye.